Today's notes are on arithmetic sequences, and yes, I promise you it is pronounced arithmetic, even though it looks like arithmetic. But when we're talking about sequences, it's pronounced arithmetic. So let's get into it. It says a sequence, and hopefully orange shows up okay. So a sequence is a list of numbers in a specific order where each element is called a term. Okay, so over here it says the total cost or term of riding a go-kart for different numbers of laps is shown below. Complete the table. So hopefully you see that these are going by ones. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Okay, that was the easy part. Now we have to see what the pattern is down here for the term of the sequence. So it looks like it's going up by 2s. So 9 plus 2 is 11. 13 plus 2 is 15. Okay, so that's kind of what a sequence is. But that's the easy part. Okay, so let's talk about explicit rules. So an explicit rule for a sequence defines the nth term as a function for n for any whole number greater than 0. So when it says explicit, that doesn't mean like it's cussing at you or anything like that. That's just what we call it. So an explicit rule for a sequence defines the nth term. So it might ask you for like the 16th term or the 150th term. Okay? So when it asks for a specific term, we will use explicit, meaning it is explicitly asking what it wants. So for number 1 down here, okay, it says find the first 4 terms of the sequence defined by the explicit rule. So this is a sub n equals 2n plus 5. So when it says the first 4 terms, that means we are looking for a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, and a sub 4. So to do that, we just plug in this number in for the n each time. So for a sub 1, that would be 2 times 1 plus 5, and we know that is 7. For a sub 2, it would be 2 times 2 plus 5. That would be 4 plus 5, that is 9. For a sub 3, it would be 2 times 3 plus 5, and that is 6 plus 5, so that's 11. And then for a sub 4, 2 times 4 plus 5, 8 plus 5 is 13. So I don't know if you noticed it, but this follows the pattern from this table up here. So a sub 1, we get 7, a sub 2, we get 9, a sub 3, we get 11, and a sub 4, we get 13. Okay? And let's see. Also for explicit, it might say find the 6th term. So that would mean that we are finding a sub 6. So sometimes it might ask you to list out all the terms, like the first 4. Sometimes it'll just ask you for a certain term. Okay, so on this one, we plug in the 6 for the n squared. 6 squared plus 2. 6 squared is 36. 36 plus 2 is 38. Okay, and one more explicit. It says find the 625th term of the sequence defined by the explicit rule a sub n equals negative n minus 7. So a sub 625 equals negative, and then the n is 625, minus 7. And this is negative 632. Okay, if you have any questions on explicit rule, pause the video, either raise your hand, call me over, or come up and see me. Either way is fine. because we are going to now talk about a different rule. There is explicit and there is recursive. So a recursive rule for a sequence defines the nth term by relating it to one or more previous terms. So for recursive, you will always plug in the previous term. And when I talk about previous term, that means like the answer that you got before. So for a sub 4 up here, the previous term would be the 11. Okay, but this is explicit. We don't have to deal with this for explicit. So let's do a couple examples for recursive. So let's find the first 5 terms of the sequence defined by the recursive rule. And it gives us a sub 1, and it also gives us a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 minus 2. Okay, that's kind of confusing. And let me just say, I'm going to write this over here in the margin. This a sub n minus 1, you're not actually plugging in a number for. This just means the previous term. Okay, so up here, if we're talking about this, a sub n minus 1 for this one would be 11. And that's kind of confusing. I will show you some examples to hopefully make sense of it all. Okay, so we know a sub 1 is 35. Okay, that is the first term. When it says first 5 terms, there's my first one. So I need to find a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and a sub 5. The biggest mistake that people make here is that they forget that this is the first term. So they do a sub 1 is this one, and then 2, 3, 4, and then they do an extra one, which is really the 6th, but they call it the 5th one. Okay? So now I'm using this function. For a sub n minus 1, I'm plugging in the previous answer, or the previous term. So in this case, here, I'm going to write 35 minus 2. And I get that from right here. Okay, so 35 minus 2 is 33. Okay, now for a sub 3, I take this answer and I plug it in. So 33 minus 2. And I got that from right there. 33 minus 2 is 31. Now I bring down that 31 and I subtract 2. Okay, hopefully you see the pattern. 31 minus 2 is 29. Bring down the 29. (29 minus 2 is 27. So here are the first 5 terms, 35, 33, 31, 29, and 27. So that's recursive, where you're plugging in the previous term. Let's look at the next one. It says find the first 5 terms of the sequence defined by the recursive rule. So it gives us that the first term is 4, and then we need to find the next 4. So here we go. A sub 1 equals 4. A sub 2 equals, now instead of a sub n minus 1, I plug in the previous term, which is right here. So 4 plus 5. And that is 9. And I got that and plugged it in right there. Now for a sub 3, take the previous term, 9, and add 5 to it. 9 plus 5 is 14. A sub 4 is 14 plus 5. And on your assignment and everything, you do not have to draw these arrows. I'm just drawing them to hopefully help you figure out where all these weird numbers are coming from. And the last one, a sub 5, is 19 plus 5, and that is 24. So hopefully that makes sense, hopefully. And feel free to pause this whenever you want to try it on your own before I do it. Okay, let's try this number 6 over here. It says find the next 3 terms in the sequence defined by the recursive rule. So a sub 17 equals 11, and here is my rule. So I know that a sub 17 equals 11. I need to find the next 3 terms. That means I am finding a sub 18, a sub 19, and a sub 20. Okay, for 18, I replaced this whole thing with 11. So 11 plus 18 is 29. Now I take that 29 and bring it down here, plus 18 equals 47. Then I bring down the 47, plus 18 is 65. Okay, if you're not sure where I got those numbers from, 29 goes there, 47 goes there. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too bad. There is a whole nother back to these notes. That is going to be in the second part of this video. So go to video number 2 for the rest of the notes.